The protests targeting two major border crossings have disrupted the flow of goods and crippled Canada-U.S. trade. On Wednesday, Premier Scott Moe told CBC's Power and Politics that he's going to stay out of telling protesters what to do.
They are really having their voices heard. The majority of these folks are just tired, quite frankly, of the public health measures that are in place, and they're quite willing to move forward living with the risks that COVID may present.
Hundreds of millions of dollars worth of products have been held back because of the blockade at Windsor's Ambassador Bridge. Moe said economic implications will ensure the feds pay attention and discuss scaling down public health measures. His tone is quite different from when he stood against pipeline protests 2 years ago. Blockades around the country halted railway service for several days in a show of solidarity for the Wet'suwet'en Nation, whose hereditary chiefs opposed the construction of a natural gas pipeline through northern BC. In a tweet on February 12, 2020, Moe said the rule of law is a fundamental pillar of our Canadian democracy and asked, when did the right to protest turn into the right to illegally impede the lives and livelihoods of law-abiding Canadians? The official opposition says the Premier had the opportunity to condemn the current protests and the messages behind them.
A message that is anti-vaccine, that is anti-science, a message of people who are talking about overthrowing our elected government, a message where we see QAnon, where we see swastikas.
Premier Moe commented on the protests again this morning after multiple media requests. A statement from his press secretary says his government supports everyone's right to peaceful protest, but that it shouldn't impede others' rights to access public transportation routes and border crossings. NDP leader Meili says Moe is only switching his tone because he was criticized for his original remarks. Yasmin Ranea, CBC News, Saskatoon.